Child's Play 3, aka Chucky Goes to Military School, is the perfect way to describe this one. Let's do it. Child's Play 3 takes place 8 years after the events of Child's Play 2. They've stopped producing good guys since the events of the second one, but 8 years later, they decide they're going to start up again. We cut to their factory where we see Chucky's melted corpse, which has been there for 8 years. And as they're taking his corpse out, a splash of his blood drops onto the new parts. And you guessed it, this causes him to be reanimated in a brand new body. Chucky ends up tracking down the good guy CEO and brutally murdering him and then using his database to find out where Andy is. Andy, who is now 16, has been sent to military school for being a foster home failure. Basically, he can't adjust to any home because nobody believes him that his doll killed everybody in his life. He's basically told by the school's colonel that he needs to give up any fantasies about this doll, like that's not gonna fly here. Andy starts to adjust to military school. We see him meet Lieutenant Shelton, who just bullies the shit out of him pretty much. Meets this girl De Silva, who he starts to develop a crush on. He also meets Harold Whitehurst, who is like this kind of nerdy kid who's just scared of everything. He also meets this young boy named Ronald Tyler. One day a package arrives at the military school addressed to Andy, and somebody asks Tyler to deliver it to his room. Tyler unwraps it out of curiosity and sees that it's a good guy doll, so we of course know that this is Chucky. He decides to take it for himself, and Chucky immediately comes to life, and he's like, who the fuck are you? Then Chucky remembers, I have to possess the first person I reveal my true identity to, which I guess this restarts over now that he has a new body. So he reveals himself as Charles Lee Ray to Tyler. So Chucky starts again trying to do his voodoo ritual on Tyler, but they're interrupted by the colonel, who comes in, sees Chucky as just a doll. He takes him and he throws him away. He's like, we don't play with dolls here, fuck this. So we see Chucky being put into a garbage truck where he imitates the voice of a child to lure the garbage truck driver into the back, where he proceeds to kill him with his own truck. Chucky goes back to the school where he finally reveals himself to Andy, who had no fucking idea this was happening. And Chucky attacks Andy and tells him his plans to take over Tyler. He's like, I found somebody better, don't need you anymore. Andy starts to fight back, but Lieutenant Shelton hears the commotion and comes in, and Chucky turns back to just doll form, and Lieutenant Shelton berates Andy and then takes Chucky. So Andy sneaks into Shelton's room that night to try and take Chucky back, but Shelton wakes up and attacks Andy because he thinks he's there to attack him, but regardless, Chucky's gone. He's not even here anymore. So Shelton believes that somebody broke into his room and stole the doll, so the next morning he punishes all the cadets by making them do all these exercises. We know that Chucky just got up and walked the fuck out, and he goes back to Tyler and once again tries to possess him and do the swap. This time they're interrupted by De Silva and one of her friends. Later on, we see Chucky reveal himself to the colonel, who has a heart attack and dies out of pure fear, and Chucky's like, okay, that was easy. And Chucky also kills the barber by slashing his throat with his own razor. Whitehurst walks in as this happens and flees in terror, but now he understands and believes Andy that Chucky is real. Andy, meanwhile, has been trying to convince Tyler that Chucky is evil, and Tyler is just being a little fucking brat about it and is like, no, he's my friend. So that night, the school prepares to play their annual game of war where they fill their guns with paintballs. They divide a red team and a blue team. Andy and Whitehurst, who by the way is too scared to even tell Andy what he saw, are assigned to the blue team, which happens to be Shelton's team. Now we see Chucky sneak into the room where all the guns are, and he replaces all the paintballs in the red team's guns with actual bullets. The game starts and Chucky manages to lure Tyler away. Chucky reveals himself to Tyler to be a complete psychopath, so finally Tyler is like, oh shit, Andy was right, and he stabs Chucky with his pocket knife and runs to go find Andy. Chucky sees Tyler flee to Andy, so Chucky proceeds to take De Silva hostage, and he brings her to Andy and is like, even exchange, give me Tyler, I'll give you her. As this is happening, everybody else is distracted by this game of war, and they're still playing like nothing's wrong. The red team finds the blue team and fires at Shelton, but it's live ammo, so they shoot him and he dies. Which, this guy sucks. We've been waiting for this the whole time. In the chaos, as they're realizing that their bullets have been changed, Chucky throws a live grenade right into the crowd. Whitehurst is the only one to see this, and he proceeds to jump on the grenade and sacrifices himself for everybody. R.I.P. Tyler, meanwhile, has been able to escape, and he flees to this carnival that's nearby where he tries to tell the security guard what's going on, but he obviously doesn't believe him. And Chucky proceeds to kill the security guard and take Tyler. Andy and De Silva follow to the carnival, and they find the security guard's gun and they take it. They follow Chucky and Tyler into this roller coaster ride where Chucky attacks and manages to injure De Silva. Andy follows Chucky and Tyler deeper into the ride where he's able to shoot Chucky, which allows Tyler enough time to get away from him. Of course, we know Chucky can't simply be killed by bullets, so he wakes up, jump scare, he attacks the two of them again. A struggle ensues, but Andy manages to pick up Chucky and throw him into this metal fan, which just shreds him to pieces. That's what finally kills him, for now. We see De Silva being wheeled out and put in an ambulance. She's survived, and we see Andy start to be interrogated by the police, who of course are still not going to believe him.